What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we are locked in. This is episode 3 of Euphoria and we got a lot going on. We know that Cal has been dealing with Fez, trying to figure out what actually happened to his son. Cassie, she's been going through a depression, and Rue, well, Rue's on drugs. What's new there? But before we jump into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, moving forward. Nate has a lot to deal with too. He has Maddy and he has Cassie. He has to decide what's going on there. And is Jules going to figure out if Rue and our our new guy, Elliot, are together? We're going to find out. This is episode 3 of Euphoria. We're getting the backstory on Cal, Nate's father, and how he became the man that he is today. Now, he's a nasty man, but he is the man he is. So what Rue is narrating is saying is his senior year of high school, he was a wrestler and he spent every single day with his best friend. Now we see how it was easy for Cal to hold down Nate. This man got wrestling experience. And during all of his matches in practice, there was a young lady out here just watching, smiling, waving. Cal's out here, he the big man on campus. You all know how Euphoria is, and they show a lot of things on here I can't show on YouTube. They show Cal going into the locker room after showering. Him and his best friend, they're sharing bars of soap. You got to remember, this is back in the 70s, man. It's different. But he catches himself looking down at his best friend. He's like, hey, bro, what the hell? These two were close friends. They could talk all day about anything, sports, girls, life. And then there'll be times where they just don't talk at all. But while they're driving after getting some milkshakes, we catch Cal staring down at him, grabbing his crotch. It's like, hey, Cal, eyes on the road, bro. Now, this young lady, Marcia, she really catches Cal's eye. Now, this isn't something that he's normally used to, an aggressive woman that knows what she wants. Now we see where Nate gets it from when he was on the highway drinking and driving, going 105 miles per hour with Cassie. He gets it from his dad. Now, his dad was inexperienced back then. And this girl, Marcia, she got her feet on his face. Oh, it's cute, haha, while you're driving. And then this is how people die. They joking around and playing. People, kids, don't do this. This is stupid. Don't do it. Of course, they got to pull over and, yeah, she gives our man Cal the business. He's like, oh, ah. Cal and his best friend, they're laying on the bed together. Now, this is the 70s. It's different, 70s, 80s, whatever it is. It was different back then. You're not going to catch me laying up on the bed with my best friend as a teenager. I wasn't going to do it. I'll get my bed. You could go sit on the couch or on the floor or on the chair or something over there. But they're in here, and Cal's dad opens up the door. He comes in, looks at them on the bed. Derek, hit the road. Cal, dinner's in the damn kitchen. Get up and get in there. His dad's telling him to get up right now. And the reason that Cal isn't getting up is probably because he has a boner. And his dad was like, you were fine when I came in. But his dad, I guess he's against it. You got to understand, there's a different time back then, people. People weren't too accepting. So to throw his dad off, he's at the table and he's telling him, hey, guess what? I found a girl. And his dad's just sitting there like, man, this lying sack of sh. But he did. Miss Marcia, Miss Foot in his mouth, Marcia. Him, Derek, they have Marcia and Derek's girlfriend. They go to hang out with each other. And, you know, they in the pool, naked, fighting each other. Ha! Well, they end up going into the room. And this is his first time that he's about to get some raw for JJ. And he busts fairly quickly. And not only did he come fairly quickly, he was raw. He busted in there. And after that, it became a regular occurrence. Now, people, wear condoms, especially you teenagers. You don't want to have a baby at a young age. But like I was mentioning earlier, Marcia was a different type of woman. She was more aggressive, and she used to tell Cal exactly what she liked, and he got better at it. And he performed better each and every time. It's time for the boys to graduate. They're going to be going to different schools, but they riding around the town, everybody getting crunk. Oh, graduation. What's up, Derek? What's up, Kyle? Not knowing that these two, they kind of like each other. Kyle was going to Duke. Derek is going to a state school out west. So they want to hang out one last time, just the two of them, and celebrate everything that they done. Now they start driving. You got to remember, our boy Cal got that Jeep, no roof on it, and it starts raining. They're like, woohoo, yay. They ride around in the rain. They go to the outskirts to this little beer, pool, and dancing hall. It's raining. They got to run in there. They take a couple of shots. Everyone's looking around at them because they're younger gentlemen and they probably haven't been seen in here before. They play some music. They get to dancing and they start kissing and everybody's like, okay, that's good to see. So Cal and Derek, I guess this is their coming out for each other. But the next day, Cal gets a call. A phone call you don't want, especially if you're not prepared for it. And it's Marsha. She's pregnant. She took 3 pregnancy tests. Now, she's asking, is he excited? You can tell he's not excited. He doesn't want this because he was about to go to Duke. He was about to go live his life. He was about to become a man in the world. But now he's about to become a man in town. And he tells her, I love her. Wear a condom, people, or you'll end up like Cal with a son like Nate. Of course, an episode of Euphoria wouldn't be Euphoria without Rue up and dancing. Well, it turns out she's high. But that wasn't too hard to guess. She's in the room and she's getting it because right now she's on cloud 9. And what do we know about Rue? When she gets high, she takes it to another level. I don't know any drug addict on TV that can hang with Rue. The whole time Rue's in here dancing around the house, she's in the kitchen. She got Pop-Tarts, threw them in a toaster, grabbed a pint of milk, pouring it up. She's drinking and dancing, and Gia's watching. G's looking at her. Rue, are you high? Rue is caught off guard because she's so high she didn't even notice her sister was there. Now we cut to one of Rue's educational purposes where she's letting the people know, I know y'all were all rooting for Rue and she said she was going to get off drugs, but that's a little bit harder than what it is. So what she's telling us is you have to come up with a covered drug. So if people know that you're using drugs, you know that you're going to get caught, but you can cover it up by masking it with a different type of drug. Rule number 1 is finding a covered drug, and this is marijuana. She likes those pills. She likes taking them to the head. But now if she's high, she can just say, I smoked a little bit of weed. Rue and G, they get into a big argument. I'm talking about pushing each other because G has seen her OD and she's saying, I don't want you doing drugs. You're selfish. You don't care about me or your mom or any of your friends. Now, what Rue is trying to do is make her feel guilty about herself and say, I need to deal with this. I think about committing suicide if I don't take drugs. I have panic attacks every day. So Gia says, you go a little hard on the drugs. If you can promise me you'll just do marijuana, okay, but don't do any other drugs. Now, Rue got her exactly where she wants her. She has everyone thinking, oh, she's just on marijuana. She's talking to Lexi at the school and she runs into a damn door talking about, oh, damn, my head, man, it's just a little marijuana. Lexi's looking like, I don't know, but Lexi's her friend. And if Rue is telling her she's just on marijuana, okay, but Rue got them in the back pocket. One thing I thought was funny, if you look closely, this is a teacher here and he comes and he sees his Rue. He doesn't even stop to do anything. You can tell he's just walking to class. Oh man, that's that druggy Rue. I'm not having anything to do with this. Rue is sticking to I smoked a little bit of marijuana. Maybe I forgot to tell Jules about Elliot, but I think you'll like him. And Jules is saying, nah, I'm not going to like him. I just don't know why. Now, we know that Rue's been hanging out with Elliot a lot. I'm talking about almost every day. She's over there getting high, listening to music, and she hasn't really been involved with Jules that much since she's been back. Jules decides to question Elliot because she feels that Elliot wants to smash Rue. Now, he's never came on to her like that. He just do a little bit of drugs and hangs out. Now, he says, I don't want to smash her right now. That means he does want to smash. I mean, she's an attractive young woman. But Jules is saying, look, I'll tell you my number if you tell me how many people you slept with. Jules tells Elliot how many guys she done slept with. And he's like, damn, that's a huge number. This is very weird. I mean, I already wouldn't have been hanging out with these two. Rue probably could have hung out with me, but you and your girlfriend, whatever y'all got going on, that shit's not about to be at my house. But they continue on with this because Elliot seems like a chill, laid back guy. He's probably on some drugs right now, too. They really got nowhere in this interrogation, but Jules says, I don't like you. And he's saying why? Because of my face tattoos? Jules is judging a book by the cover. No one does that to you, Jules. You shouldn't do that to others. I don't care who you are. You shouldn't do that to others. Jules and Rue, they leave Elliot's house and they're headed back to Jules' spot, I guess. And while they're riding, Jules, she got that extra boost of energy. She dipping because she ain't no druggie. Rue, on the other hand, she's falling behind. And guess who pulls up next to her? It's Cal. And he looks over at her and he speeds off because everybody knows something about Cal. He's not sure who knows 100%, but he knows that everyone knows a little bit of something. And he does know that Rue is friends with Jules, and Jules has a tape with Cal. So he speeds off. Some friend Jules is. Jules dipped out, headed to the house. When Rue finally gets here, Rue's all out of breath talking about my asthma. Jules is sitting down, relaxing. You left your friend out there. We supposed to be riding bikes together. But they get here and they get to kissing and touching. We see Nate walk by. We hear Rue talking to Elliot and Jules and asking them when's the last time they played Truth or Dare. And Lexi comes out and she's on a mission. Lexi's plan is to go to the vice principal. Hey, I'm Lexi Howard. He's like, I know who you are, Lexi. Now she tells him she's writing a play and she wants to be able to put it on for the school. With everything that happened with Fez and Cal at the convenience store, she realized why she's never intervened. We know that she wanted to be strong and started to speak up, but she came to the realization that she's an observer. So that's why she doesn't speak up to anything, but she soaks in everything she sees. And this is how she got into the process of writing this new play. So what she did was think that her family wasn't real and she was in a movie. And this is just a script that she's writing and going through. So we see her get up from the dinner table. She walks out past all the production and she's going back to watch the playback of her family arguing. And she's saying from her life experiences, she's thinking, let me make a TV show. And the sidekick is actually the lead of the TV show. Talking about comparing it to what we're watching, Euphoria. Rue is the star. She's the sidekick, Rue's friend, but the show is really about her. So this is what she's envisioning in her head of writing her own story. And in her head, she has all of her friends starring in it. Rue Bennett, supporting actress named Jade. And they had to cut the scene. Rue is high. Like, come on now. She has a very creative mind. So you know that this play should be very good. Lexi has a lot of determination. She's been writing and writing and writing because she wants to get this play right. Now it's 4 a.m. in the morning. She's still up writing. But her sister Cassie, she gets up at 4 and she's looking. Why are you up this early? We don't have school for 3 hours. What does Lexi do? She observes and she puts it in her story. Something was going on with Haley, but I don't know what, using her sister as a character in the story. The reason Cassie has been getting up at 4 a.m. is to put herself together, applying makeup, being the best that she can because she wants Nate to notice her at school. Now, he's been walking past her every single day and not saying anything to her. She continues to go through these routines every single day because she feels the better she looks, the more likely Nate will notice her and know that she is his because she knows that he likes a specific type of woman. She was just excited about doing this every single day. And even though Nate pretended like he didn't notice, you know, he sees it, but he doesn't want anyone to know. He already told her that Maddy can't find out about this or it's going to be trouble. But Cassie doesn't care. She wants Nate to notice her. But one day she comes to school and Nate, he actually looks. They made eye contact for her. She's like, oh my God, I got to do this more often. Even though Nate didn't speak, she just felt good that he looked her way. And then she runs into Maddy. So what Cassie's been doing is dressing just like Maddy, putting on makeup just like Maddy, doing her hair just like Maddy. And Maddie's like, what are you doing? She said, oh, I gotta go because she's scared of Maddy. She want to be like Maddy to impress Nate, but she's scared of Maddy. Now you remember we heard Rue in the hallway asking them when's the last time they played Truth or Dare? Well, the first dare is Jules, get outside and take a piss in the middle of the road. Now a car ends up coming. She turns around. He's like, hey, bro, don't piss on the car, man. Of course, Rue doesn't go long without needing that fix of drugs. We got the cover up story with the marijuana, but that ain't what she wants. She wants them pills. But she ain't got no money and she running low on drugs. So what does she do? She goes to Fez with this bright idea. Hey, look, Fez, if you just give me a second, I got a business plan for you. I got a way to be able to do drugs for free. If you just front me $5,000, Fez said, hell no. She's like, you didn't hear the plan? He said, hell no. Well, if we do, hell no. I didn't like the way the plan sounded from the beginning. Fez is not an idiot. Fez is good with numbers. Yeah, his grandma messed him up a little bit, but he still knows numbers, and he knows that giving Rue any type of drug, let alone $5,000 worth, is a bad idea. You even got Faye over here looking like, hey. Rue doesn't understand. Fez is not being your supplier. He's not going to enable you to do anything. She's like, why do you keep saying no? He said, hell no. Not no. Hell no. Lexi hasn't told anyone about her play. So she's putting up signs asking, are you guys tired of the play Oklahoma? Well, look, we're having auditions, but no one even knows about it. Cassie come in here all dolled up, and they're looking at her like, what are you wearing? Are you in Cassie's play Oklahoma? She's like, what play? The play your sister's been writing. Now, Lexi hasn't told anyone about it. So she's thinking, what the hell are you talking about? Now, everyone's saying, Cassie, why are you auditioning for Oklahoma? Rue's like, are you in it? She's like, I don't know nothing about that play. Rue said, I ain't seen it. I ain't read it. Maddy's like, are you in it? So everyone's looking at Cassie. What the hell are you wearing, pretty much? So everyone's going back and forth because we don't know why Cassie is dressed like this. And also, Rue, are you on drugs? Oh, yeah, I just smoked a little bit of marijuana. But they're like, why are you dressed like that? Now, in Cassie's head, she wants to go off on everybody. She's like, am I dressed like a country star for real? Is that a bad thing? Maddy said, you better be fucking joking. Because she's looking at him. We're all looking. I'm like, man, all right. I don't think the country stuff is in. So in Cassie's head, I told you she wanted to go off. So she said, yes, I'm okay. I'm in love with Nate. Maddy, I don't care that you guys were dating. Y'all were broken up for 3 weeks. When we had sex for the first time, y'all were broken up. Yes, I love him. But she doesn't really say it. That's what she wanted to say. But she didn't say none of that. Like I was telling you, she just stood there and didn't say nothing. She just took it. She held everything in. Cassie's holding all of it in. Now she's talking to Maddy, and Maddy's saying, I don't know, man. Something about Nate. I know we're not good for each other, but he messes me up and I still want to be with him. Now, what Cassie starts to tell her is a description of herself and saying you should get someone that cares for you, loves for you, that's going to be there. But she's talking about herself and how Nate treats her compared to how Nate treats Maddy. That description was the relationship of her and Nate. Now, Saturday through Thursday, they don't talk, but on Friday, they get it in. Nate and Cassie up there, they getting it in. You can hear it downstairs. You hear his mom, Marsha, talking about, man, what I would give to be back in high school. Cal talking about, yeah. Cal, nah, you don't need to go back to high school. You need to worry about life right now. Now, Kat, we know she's been dealing with Evan. She had these weird fantasies, and she was wondering why she doesn't love him as much as he loves her. And he's actually brought her out to meet the family. Now, his mom is asking her, hey, Kat, what is something about you? And she can't really explain it because we know what she was doing. She was on that webcam. She's getting money. But she's talking about, I'm really just trying to figure it out. You know, if that makes sense, I'm trying to figure out who I am. And the mom is like, yeah. With everything going on, Cal's been thinking about giving up. And then we see a scene where he has a shotgun and he attempts suicide, but he's just thinking about that. He wasn't raised that way, so he's not going to give up. He's going to keep fighting. Rue is still trying to come up with this business plan to get free drugs. Now, she's putting on a business suit. Since Fez won't give it to her, she's got to go out in these streets and try to find her own connection. Rue goes over to Fez's plug. You remember the one on New Year's where they had it stripped naked? Yeah, she goes over here with this business proposition saying her and a couple of her friends, they have high GPAs, so no one will suspect them moving drugs. Now, if you can just front us these drugs, we'll be able to move them. Now, I think the lady's name was Laura or Lauren, something along that lines. She's thinking, okay, she's listening to it. One thing we seen was she was very laid back. And we also know that she asked Fez, can you trust this girl Rue? When they were given the drugs the first time on New Year's. Fez said yes, so that's one reason she allowed Rue to come into the house. She agrees and she tells Rue, what do you want to start with, a 50 bag? 50,000. Rue's like, nah, don't do it. I'm a mess up. Let's try something smaller. She said $10,000 worth of drugs. Rue said, deal. Now, she also tells her, all right, there's 10,000 in here. You pay each of the girls $1,000. You can flip that to 20,000, which would mean it'd be a $7,000 profit, 3,000 to her, 4,000 to you, Rue. But if you don't pay, she will have you kidnapped and sold to some people. Now, Rue, she may just have been putting herself in a situation that she might not be able to get out of without the help of Fez. We know about the beef between Cal and Fez because his son getting beat up. Now Ashtray comes out because he's seen Cal sitting outside and he has a shotgun, and they bring him into the house because they want to know, what the hell are you doing out here? Lexi's got to get this play up and running, but she knows she can't run it by herself, so she hires this young lady called Bobby. Now Bobby, they both hate Oklahoma, so them working together, it will work, but Bobby doesn't seem like she's really into it. They come out in the hall, she says, Bobby, are all these people to audition? Bobby says, are y'all all here to audition? They're like, yeah. She said, yeah. She said, get in a single file line. I don't know how much help she's going to be, but hey, at least Lexi has somebody working with her on this play. And even our boy Evan, he signed up for it. Back to our man Kyle. He's over here. He has a shotgun to his head. Ashtray ain't playing. And Fez is asking him what he's doing here. Now he's talking a lot of smack. And we see our boy Ashtray, bow, hit him with the butt of the shotgun. Bow, hits him several times. Ashtray ain't playing. You showed up to our spot. We need to know why you here. Ashtray pulls out his cell phone and tells him, call the cops. You know what I'm saying? If you think we did something wrong, call the cops. But he knows Cal isn't going to call the cops because he has dirt on him. We don't know how Ashtray knows this, but Ashtray keeps hitting him with the shotgun. Now Cal, he's sitting there like, all right. Now, I ain't going to call the cop. And Fez is like, hey, Ashtray, chill a little bit. A little bit too much blood in the house. You already killed somebody in here. Cal's getting beat over the head, so of course you're going to want them to stop. So he starts running his mouth, and he's talking about something that Fez and Ashtray know nothing about. He starts saying, I know you were trying to extort Nate, you and Rue, over a tape that I got with the little blind. And he's thinking, Jules? You messed with Jules? He's like, I didn't know that she was underage. Now they're looking at him like, man, you sick fuck. What the hell? We don't know nothing about that, but don't come around here no more. Faye's there, she's smoking. Who's Jules? Because Faye's saying, you had sex with Jules? Now we know she's a T, we can't say it on here, but she's a T and she's underage? You a sick fuck. Sick fuck. Cal, yeah, don't come back around here. Cal talking about, I just want the disc back. Fez said, what disc? He said, I didn't know. Fez said, what? You didn't know that you was recording? Cal says, no, I didn't know that she was underage. He's like, oh my God. Fez said, who told you I was interested in this? He was like, my son. He said, your son, the one that's in love with Jules? You hear Faye talking about, oh, that's cute. Fez said, no, that's not cute. That's fucking nasty. You got a father and son, man. Oh man, this is just horrible. While this serious stuff is going on, they got Faye's ass here. She's smoking. Hey, what's your name? Like Faye is funny as hell. Faye and Fez, those are my two favorite on the show right now. Now, Rue has a suitcase full of $10,000 worth of drugs. She shows up to her little meeting, and you know Ali's in there. He's looking. He can see her back there fidgeting. Come on, Rue, you got to get right. But her plan to do free drugs is in effect. Jules and Elliot, they're hanging out. Now, we know that she felt like she couldn't trust or she liked Elliot, but they're actually hanging out. And she's asking him about how he feels towards Rue. And he's asking, is she a sexual person? And Jules admits, nah, she's not really like sexual like that. Jules is always the one initiating stuff. These two are actually getting to know each other. They're sharing a blunt together. They're talking. And he said, you also got the same haircut Kurt Cobain had. Pretty hot. Now, Ali, he's very observative. He dropped her off because he wants the best for her. He sees the suitcase and he knows it ain't no school books in there. He's like, what you got in there? Oh, just school books. And he's trying to convince her like, hey, you need to go down this right path. But Rue, she doesn't want to hear it. And the reason that is because she got $10,000 worth of drugs on her. She don't want to hear this lecture. So she basically blows him off. And Ali's saying, I'm not going to help you moving forward if you acting like that. Now he's getting aggressive and mad because he's trying to help her. And she said, what are you going to do? Hit me? But that's not his intention. He wants the best for her. Back to Cassie. It's a Friday and you know it's that time to hook up with Nate. Now her mama, she be keeping it real. She looks at Cassie. Where you going? Oh, to meet a friend? The mama just like, oh, here we go again. Kat ain't really interested in talking to her boyfriend. He's talking about, I got the part in the play. Rue is over here taking fentanyl patches and putting it on her tongue. Man, what a kind of world do we live in Euphoria? And Nate, he sent a text message to Cassie. Something came up. Sorry. See you next week. And he took flowers to go see Maddy. There you go. Episode 3 of Euphoria. It's a lot going on, but we want to know the big issue here. What is Rue going to do with $10,000 worth of drugs? Use $3,000 and then try to come up with the money for it? Let me know what you think Rue is going to do with that. And how is Nate going to see Maddy going to affect her? Because we know Maddy is going to text her. Oh, Nate is so sweet. He came over here. Let me know what you guys think. I'm MoedotJ. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Demie on the beat, boy.